With gas prices as high as they are, it might feel like you're being robbed every time you fill your tank.
There goes Jane's college education.
No, what about mine?
No, you're good. Ah, no, wait. There it goes.
But how do you make sure you aren't actually getting robbed? Here's how. Whether it's online, over the phone, or face-to-face, giving personal information away is dangerous business. Scammers are constantly coming up with ways to separate us from our money, and stealing someone's bank or credit card information has only gotten easier in the modern age. There are lots of ways to protect your information, such as not clicking any sketchy links in your inbox, but there are always new threats, and it can be tough to stay ahead of them all. For example, gas pump skimmers are a pretty common scam. A skimmer is a small, hidden device criminals install over or inside a card reader at a fuel pump. When you insert your card, these machines secretly copy the information on its magnetic stripe. Some more industrious thieves may even set up a pinhole camera or a fake keypad to capture your PIN as well, which makes draining your account that much easier. Now, this is a scam that's been around for a while, but that doesn't make it any less of a threat. Even if you're looking for them, gas skimmers are designed to be discreet. Luckily, there are a few things you can look out for. So the next time you're filling your tank, keep these tips in mind before you insert your card. First off, don't be hasty. Taking a few extra seconds to check the card reader and the surrounding area can save you a whole lot more than you realize. When you arrive at the pump, you will definitely want to take a good look at the card reader. A legitimate reader will always be firmly attached and flush with the pump. If you notice anything loose, damaged, or crooked, don't insert your card. On that note, you can also try tugging on it gently. If the card reader moves or feels bulky, you may have found a skimmer and should let the gas station's management know. Gas pumps also have panels that open up to reveal the inner workings, and many of those doors have tamper-evident seals stuck over the edges. They often come in the form of brightly colored stickers, and if you see one that's torn or says void, that could be a sign the machine has been tampered with. Unfortunately, you can't always trust those either.
When we approached this clerk about broken seals, he pulled out a roll of new stickers and put them on the pumps without opening them.
Next, turn your attention to the keypad. Look at it closely, then compare it to the keypad on the other pumps at the station. If you notice that it's a different color or thickness, that could be a sign that someone put a false keypad overlay on the pump to capture your PIN. Finally, be mindful of any tiny or hidden cameras. Some scammers plant them on signage or in fake panels to film people entering their PINs. To protect against this threat, make sure you cover the keypad with your other hand whenever you enter your PIN. That simple move could keep a criminal from capturing your data. And even if you don't spot a skimmer at the pump you're using, there are still things you can do to protect yourself from scammers. A big one has to do with your payment method. Using contactless payments like tap-to-pay credit cards or mobile wallets like Apple Pay are some of the safest ways to buy gas. All of these payment methods generate unique encrypted tokens that can't be reused or skimmed the way a magnetic stripe can. If you have no choice but to use a physical card to pay, we always recommend using credit over debit. Not only do credit cards typically have better fraud protection, they also don't require a PIN. So cameras and keypad overlays are much less of a threat. And even if you do use a debit card, you should choose the credit option at the terminal to avoid typing in your PIN altogether. Whenever possible, it's also ideal to use a pump that's close to the store. Criminals are less likely to tamper with the pumps closest to gas station attendants, so you'll usually find skimmers on pumps that are further away or out of an employee's line of sight. Finally, no matter how often you buy gas, you always want to keep an eye on your accounts and set up alerts for any unusual charges. That way, if you do get scammed, you can act fast and hopefully prevent thieves from making any unauthorized charges with your information.